Oh, howdy all, grab yourself a drink, it is time for some PathOfExile discussion. Normally when there's a really strong crafting based league mechanic, existing crafting tools go down in price. That's not been the case this league. The Awakener's Orb is more expensive than it was during this comparable time period in the Affliction League, aka Inflation Core. The reason for that is a strategy that was brought to my attention by 10 Frenzy Flicker, which I want to outline in this video. Fair warning, this might well be unintended and this might well be going to be getting nerfed. 3.22 introduced Hinakora's Lock to the game. This consumable was far too valuable to be used on mundane crafts. It was something that was really only used for making merit tier items. However, 3.24 introduced a much cheaper way of mimicking its effect, but it's also much more limited. This is the Beastcraft that uses a Crikey Chimeral. This is the imprint beast. Time I'm recording this video, cost me 116 chaos for this. And the Black Morrigan, which is a special beast that you can only get through the use of a specific scarab, and this is a 40 chaos beast. So we're looking about a divine orb in order to do this, and this applies a Hinakora's Lock to a magic item. So let's go ahead. Alright, so after an amount of near crashes that were caused by really bad performance issues during that fight, we have now got a Beryl Angelic Kite Shield of Shaping, which has the Foreseeing ability. This Foreseeing ability is the thing that's provided by Hinakora's Lock, allows you to foresee the result of the next currency item that is used on the item, and it's removed when this item is modified. So, what if we don't remove it? What if we don't actually make any changes to this item? We just foresee what happens when we use an Awakener's Orb. So, this is a shield that you might conceivably in some situations want to Awakener Orb smash with this. Well, let's see what happens. Let's click the Awakener's Orb. Let's click this shield that has the Crusader Influence Spellblock mod. And then let's just hover over here and have a look and see whether we're content with the outcome or not. And the answer is we're not particularly content with it. I don't think that this is a good shield. I think that this is pretty much a disappointment based upon the items that we put into it. So let's say, no, we're not doing this. And then we could then find a different shield that we could instead Awakener Orb smash with it. Note that the Awakener's Orb was preserved. Note that the Crusader Influence shield was not destroyed. Note that we actually lost nothing out of that. This still has the Foreseeing ability of the Hinakora's Lock. Ultimately, this is something that lets you fish around with an Awakener's Orb for the perfect result. You could try a dozen different shields that had this same spellblock mod on them. Maybe 11 of them disappoint you and one of them doesn't. Then you can commit to the one that doesn't. The key thing is, you could probably have done this in patch 3.22, but Hinakora's Locks were far too precious to use in this way. Now, Hinakora's Lock's effect is available at the Blood Altar at a quite reasonable price tag, and it's something that you can do a lot more easily than you could do in the past. I'm sure those of you that have some experience using the Orb of Dominance, which used to be called the Maven's Orb, have plenty of ideas as to how you might put this tech to good use. And it is worth noting that yes, you can get magic items that have an Orb of Dominance exclusive modifier on them. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there except to say that I don't know whether this is working as intended or not, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets patched out. If it does, well, that's Snitch GOG working again. May your Val Orbs and your Awakener Orbs have interesting results that you fail to foresee.